Good morning. This is Bill from Auto Europe in Naples, and again, braving the sounds of the lawn crew is here. The construction's going next door. We've got lunatics from Porsche driving up and down the street. At least the roosters are quiet, but I'm going to keep going. I've got this 2007 Jaguar XK. It's a cabrio, it's not a roadster, although it really does look and feel like a roadster, particularly because the back seat is not really made for humans, probably not even infants, but it is a four-seat convertible. It's also gorgeous. It is a lot sort of more substantial than the that version which came before it. That was a fantastic car, lovely, but a little bit more traditionally Jaguar than this is. This body is all aluminum, front to back. It's lighter than that car, even though it's a little bit bigger. It handles extraordinarily well. It looks nice. It's got sort of a lovely front end with the Jaguar mesh there. Big, angry looking cat coming at you. Nice Xenon headlamps, fog lamps sort of tucked into the side. Beautiful big rims. I think those are 19s. Giant brakes behind it. You've got the vents now in the fenders sort of breaking up the flow of the body. Very, very un-Jaguar-like. A little bit of chrome there with the Jaguar badge in them. You can see everything just sort of lovely and proper in this car. Well, it's just 15,000 miles on this thing, so it's been stored indoors. It's a bit of a garage queen and a real time machine. You got big twice pipes at the bottom. You got a lovely little sparing use of chrome there. This is probably the last car, maybe in the world, to use a true metal power antenna, so be careful in the car washes. Look at the flare of the back fenders, the way the body flows. Again, with this car, they made a true successor to the E-Type. If you remember, the E-Type was replaced by the XJS, which was absolutely nothing like the E-Type. And then when these cars came out, they sort of went back to that beautiful flowing E-Type style design. And this car, while becoming a bit more muscular, did keep that same vibe going. You can see the cloth soft top is in great shape. Window nice and tight, all original. Some of these cars, if they've been abused, have problems with the back windows. This one does not. Let's start inside the trunk. So there's a little release button here you can push, and up it pops. Now, you don't have a giant trunk, but it's good enough for golf clubs, and that's probably the most important thing to a Jaguar owner. You can also reclaim this space. I'm not going to do it because who knows if it's going to stay working. But you pull it down. Oh, it will. All right, let me see if I can do it. Yeah, all right, so you tuck it back and up, and you can get a little bit more space inside the trunk to put stuff, so that becomes quite useful. And then just put it back into place like that, and the top will work again. So underneath, I'm sure there's an underneath. I don't know how you grab it. Little pull handle here. You got a donut with all the tools and hardware and stuff, and all very lovely. I like the little chrome rubbery things too to keep the cargo secure. Kind of meaningless but neat. Also has one of those little things on the interior anti-mafia. Little anti-mafia pull handle thing there with the guy leaping out of the trunk to freedom. So all very nice stuff. Have a look under the hood. I also like the reverse opening hood. Hinges at the front, very, very nice. Here is Jaguar's traditional 4.2 liter twin overhead cam V8. They've bumped it up to 300 horsepower. If you didn't know that the car's competitors had more horsepower and oomph, you wouldn't feel like you were missing a thing. But with 300 horse, it's not going to turn in any, Bonneville salt flat times, but it's plenty peppy enough and quick enough to make this thing feel quite nice. And of course, coupled with the electronic suspension that gives you, honestly, Jaguar does the most beautiful job of balancing suspension, softness with suspension hardness. That's a very tough thing to do. Make a car that handles really well and at the same time drives on the boulevard without feeling every bump. And truly, in this generation, nobody was doing that better than Jaguar did. Get that back down. You just feel how light that nice aluminum hood is. It does have keyless entry and exit, so to lock it, just push that, unlock it, same thing. There, I've locked it twice. That's only lock. All right, how do we open it now? It probably has a delay. When you lock it, it doesn't think you want right back in. Oh, for the love of God. See, I shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have. There are 2 keys here. I'd like it to work. There it goes. So yeah, wait 10 seconds and the keyless realizes you might want back in the car. Okay, inside, being a Jag, beautiful stitched leather on the door panels. Nice design. Look at these 112-way power seats with lumbar and side bolster control. Nice little subdued sort of titanium-looking window surrounds and mirrors. See, it has Alpine sound, traditional chrome-ringed speaker grill in a Jag. Little pocket here to put stuff. All very lovely. Beautiful big supportive seats. Absolutely gorgeous leather. Nice to the touch, soft, supple, all original, never been, touched up or leatherized. These cars in 07 were Jaguar's best-selling cars, which is kind of interesting because they made less than 5,000 coupes and convertibles, so Jag wasn't selling a whole bunch back then. I have a feeling Jaguar suffers unfairly from a past reputation, almost in the way Mercedes sort of benefits unfairly from a past reputation. Ford put so much time and effort into Jaguar to update it, to get rid of that whole Prince of Darkness thing, to use, proper electronics and stuff that would stay working. And eventually it all worked. I mean, these cars are reliable. This one does have a premium package, so you get a beautiful leather stitched dashboard. You get this lovely real wood everywhere. I mean, they really went nuts with the wood. You get it here in the center console, around the infotainment and climate, on the steering wheel, behind the steering wheel. For the love of God. And some wood here on the dash over the glove box. Push that open, and it opens with a vengeance. I mean, wow. So you're going to want to use your finger to slow that down. Anyway, nice book set in there. All very lovely. 2 keys. Again, 15,000 mile garage coin. Back here, you've got room for basically nobody. I'm not even going to tell you could stuff Canadians back there. I think they're going to cry if you do. I mean, for one thing, they're probably... You wouldn't want them to have any legs, but anyway, you could probably stuff a couple of toddlers back in there, and if they cry at you, just tell them to shut up. Foot on the brake, tap this big, attractive red start-stop button. Everything fires to life. Nice, healthy growl out of that V8. In fact, Jaguar ducted some of the sound into the car, particularly the intake sound, to give it a very sporty feel. Okay, so we have, again, lovely sort of titanium look on the steering wheel with the wood and the leather. It's a power column, so it'll go up, down, in, and out. You've got lovely little chrome ring gauges there, 170 mile an hour speedo, 6,400 red line on the tack. You got a bunch of stuff over here, your fuel release, your fog lights, your trunk release, all the stuff you need. This will run your radio. You got voice command. You've got cruise control over here. You've got a big angry Jaguar cat staring you in the face. Make you know what it's like to have one of those coming at you. And then you've got Jaguar's controversial, there I go with that word again, infotainment system. I say controversial because I think it's good. It's not bad at all. It's pretty good, but they could have made it better. And one of the ways they could have made it better is by having direct access buttons for each of these things. You actually do have to go into these touchscreen things to work some stuff, and I would really like it if there was more old guy buttons that you could have. So anyway, here are the heated seats, the heated steering wheel. That's under your climate control. I'm also gonna, what am I gonna do? Get a little AC going here. It's a little bit warm already. You of course have dual side. You go to audio, you got your AM, FM, CD, that sort of thing. All very nice. Somebody's left it on a ridiculous station. That's the thing with these guys. You can tell them again and again and again what station to leave it on. And do you think they do? No. Hate. Giant wet dump on my head. Anyway, hit the home button again. We'll go back to here. You get into your Bluetooth. You can mate up your iPhone and do what you need to do there. We got navigation, nice. Agree, so the lawyers are happy. All very lovely. Let's see if we put it in reverse, probably have backup sensors. We do. Nice. And you can turn the whole thing off here. In-dash CD and some more. Yeah, they give you a few controls for the audio down here, but not enough. We've got a true bona fide ashtray that the detailer didn't bother cleaning. ASL, automatic speed limiter. I think that is what that is. And you know, if you're, especially if you're in a country like England, which has these Big Brother style, you know, highway speed cameras, you can set the speed to a certain amount, and it will actually kind of stop you from breaking the limit and getting a big expensive ticket. So, you know, it's kind of useless here, especially if you're a guy who likes running wide open. But in certain areas, that's an invaluable tool. Beautiful little leather and wood shift knob. Here's your traction control on and off if you want to go do donuts in the Whole Foods parking lot. You got your electronic parking brake. You can slide your center console back to reveal cup holders, open it up, and get a, what do they got, USB in there? I don't know. No, I don't know what's in there. Nothing. Okay. There it is. So let's go for a spin. Oh, you know what? I'm going to run the top. So to do that, I'm going to press this guy here. You can see all the windows go down. It releases from the front. Pulls up at the back. Up goes the top cover. And down goes the soft top. And while we're looking back there, have a look at that incredible antenna aerial. Honestly, when's the last time you saw a car with one of those? In 07. All right, so now you have a drop-dead gorgeous open convertible. Sleek back windshield, gorgeous, big haunches on the back, beautiful big wheels, lovely Aston Martin looking front end with a stylized hood, vents in the side. You know, this thing is a looker. I even like the enhanced rear spoiler there. Very peppy looking. Got our seatbelt on, go for a drive. So again, the thing about Jags is that they're, you know, they've got to be sporty because, of course, Jaguar does have that incredible racing heritage. But for many, many years, they've just sort of been gentleman cruisers. You know, they've got more than enough sport for what you need, but you don't really need to use it. I mean, you're showing up at the golf course or, you know, going out to a nice dinner with a very good-looking seat cover. Not much in terms of vibration or noise is transmitted into the cabin. It's nice and quiet at this speed. You've got beautiful feel from the steering, a little bit light, a little on the light side for a sports car, but again, that's what Jaguar's about. You also have these very nicely mounted flippity flips on the side of the wheel. Jaguar's transmission in this year was epic, probably better than its German competitors. Lightning fast shifts, really nice to bang your way through the gears, and just a lovely feel. They even did something with the rear mount on the tranny to transmit more of the feel into the car for the driver. So a lot of thought went into the way this car drives. I'm just going to leave it in D. I can go over into sport mode. I don't know if that's going to make me have to shift or not. And it will. So there you feel plenty of pep out of that thing. They also have tuned the exhaust so that it opens up a little bit over a certain rev and gives you more exhaust note. And again, it's the little touches like that that people are just really going to like. I also like the little indicator for what, when you're in sport, you see it goes, well, you're in the gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all very cool. Then put it over into drive and you're just cruising. Let me see if I can find the miles. Yeah, I can see that, just 15,536 miles on this thing. It is a real garage queen. Oh God, and another day in traffic in Naples. Another day of traffic. So there it is anyway. I'll hit it a little bit when we finally get a green light, but let me go through the close. 2007 Jaguar XK Cabrio 15,000 miles, beautiful color combination, ebony leather inside. It's got the wood package, it's got the premium with the leather on the dash, and it's just a real sweetheart of a car to look at and a lovely car to drive. It's just so effortless. Let's see if I can get by this trio of Hyundais and Camrys. Watch the needle, how fast the shifts are. So I'm gonna hammer it here. And man, it's just gonna keep pulling up all the way into the decent triple digits. So very, very quick car, very fun to drive, and nice audio from the engine. If you have an interest in this one, give us a call, 239-298-8000, on the web at aenaples.com. Thank you so much for having a look. We appreciate it. We'll see you with the next one. Take care.